Often we need to create a second toolpath and offset it from the first. For example, we may need to make a roughing pass before a finish pass, or we may need to create a profile toolpath around a part after we've cut it out. A couple of ways we can do this. First of all, we'll select the toolpath we want to offset. And the first way to do this is to go to Apply Tool Correction to Profile. And when we go into the dialog box, under the radius input box, we'll put this is the distance we want to offset our profile. So if we want to offset it 3 millimeters, we input that. And the operating mode, we'll look at this in a little more detail, but we'll leave it at Apply Connections for now. Then the correction side is just the side we want to offset, and that's of course according to the direction of the profile. In this case, it's moving it's moving clockwise. So if we offset it to the left, that'll be on the outside of the profile. So if we zoom in, we can see we've got a new toolpath that's offset from the original by 3 millimeters. And you notice we've got a radius here in the corner. And this radius is equal to the offset distance. And we got that by keeping the Apply Connections checked under the operating mode. Had we selected Apply Intersections, we would get a square corner here. We'll do that. We'll undo the offset command, go back into it, apply intersections, give it the 3 millimeter offset, and now we have a square corner around the outside edge. Now this is what the edge of the tool is doing when we're using tool compensation. Anytime we use tool compensation, though, the center of the tool, which you see indicated by the orange lines, the center of the tool rolls around the corner even when we have a square inside corner. So if you didn't want this roll around the corner for some reason, you would have to turn tool compensation off at the mill setup, and then the tool path would make a square corner around the outside edge, even with the center of the tool. All right, well, now there is one drawback to using this method, the tool correction method, and that is that when we offset the tool path from the original, if we've used parametric values in the original tool path, those are not maintained in the offset tool path. So if we look, we'll see if we went and changed the length of the part from 700 to 1,000, then our original tool path changes parametrically, but the offset tool path doesn't. So if we want to do that, then let's delete this offset tool path from the original offset, and then let's go back and let's look at another method for doing this. The way we'll do it is we'll select any part of the original profile and copy it, and we'll be sure and copy the whole profile, and then we'll move to the end of the program and then paste what was on the clipboard. Now we have two identical tool paths, one on top of the other. Now we just go to the one that we want to offset, and if this was a roughing pass, we go to the first one. And let's go and at the mill setup, we'll go and look at the tool radius compensation. We already had that set to left. And if we go and look at the tool, let's look and see what its tool dimensions are. It has a tool diameter 12.7. Well, now in this tool radius value, we can give it a false radius, and that gives us our offset. So right now the tool has a radius of 6.35 millimeters. So let's offset that by 3, or increase it by 3. And that gives us a tool radius value of 9.35. And when we do that, now if we look at our offset values as shown by the tool compensation command, now you see the two tool paths are offset 3 millimeters from the other. And with tool compensation, of course, both will roll around the corner. But this way lets us offset the tool from the original value, and it also maintains the parametrics. So if we go back and change the length of the part to something shorter, then of course everything changes parametrically. So use either of these two methods for changing your offsets and creating a quick tool path when you need to do this.